In physics, circular motion is the movement of an object along the circumference of a circle, or rotation along a circular path. In SwiftUI, we can make objects move along a circular path by using a very simple technique. In this example, we have a paper plane icon. To make the paper plane icon move along the circumference of a circle, we will need to place the circle behind the paper plane icon and use the properties offset and rotation. So let's look at how this works in detail. We will use this technique by moving the paper plane icons from the left folder to the right folder to create this files copying animation. To move the object along the path, we will need to create a state. So over here, I have created the state move files and set the initial state to -2.5. That is the angle of rotation. Let's look at how to get the final angle of rotation. We have 2 points, point A and point B. Point A is where we have the left folder and point B is where we have the right folder. Between A and this side, we have the angle to be 90 degrees. And from here to B is also 90 degrees. So together we have 180. So initially we have the angle of rotation to be -2.5. In the final state, we will set the angle of rotation to 180 degrees. That is why over here I have set it to -2.5. So let's go to where we have all the views. We will trigger this animation without using user interaction. So in iOS 15, we can use the task modifier that works in the same way as the onAppear modifier that allows the animation to be played automatically. So over here, you can see we are setting the final state of the angle of rotation to 180 degrees. Let's copy the state and use it to animate the property we want to animate. To move an object along a circular path in SwiftUI, we can place the circle behind the object. So over here, we have the paper plane icon, which is this one. So by using the parent container ZStack, we can place the circle just below the paper plane icon. And by using the two properties, offset and rotation, we can make the object move along the circle which is behind it. You can see here we have the offset, that is the X offset. If I remove the offset and put 0, you can see the paper plane icon moves towards the center. So the original position of the paper plane icon is at the center of the screen. So we use the offset to hide it under the left folder. I'll press Command Z to undo the change. So we have the circle just behind the paper plane icon. So what we have to do is to use the properties offset and rotation effect to make it move along the circle. Also, the order of the two properties, offset and the rotation effect, is very important. We have to place the rotation effect just below the offset. For the rotation effect, we can specify the angle in degrees or in radians. Let's use degrees. If we put, for example, 45 degrees, you can see from here the original position is just behind the folder, but we have used the angle of rotation of 45 to move the object to this point. If we put 90 degrees, you can see it has come to this point. So from the left folder to the right folder is an angle of 180 degrees. Let's change it to 270. You can see the object has now come to this point. So we can use this technique to move the object to any angle along the circular path. Let's use the state in order to rotate it along the circle. So I'm going to paste it here. And since we have the initial state set to -2.5, which is at this position, and the final state set to 180 degrees, that is at this position, the object will be able to move along the circular path. So let's resume. If we change the final angle of rotation to, for example, 90, you will see that it will come to the top of the circle. So I'll press Command and C to undo the change. We have another 2 copies of the paper plane. You can see we have another icon here and also a third icon. Let's copy the rotation effect from the first one. They have the same animation properties, that is delay of 1 and speed of 0.5. So you can see from the first one that has a delay of 1 and a speed of 0.5, the same as the second one. Also, the third one has a delay of 1 and a speed of 0.5. The only difference between them is the easing functions. The first one has this ease out equation, and the second one has ease in out. For the third one, it has ease in. We want to create a sequential animation to make the paper plane icons start at different times. That is why we are using different easing functions. So let's go to the second one and place the rotation effect below the offset and do the same thing. On the third one, we will place the rotation effect below the offset. So now we have a sequential rotation of the paper plane icons from the left folder to the right folder in order to create this file copying animation in SwiftUI. So to recap, in SwiftUI, you can make objects move along a circular path by placing the circular path just below the object you want to move. And by using the properties offset and rotation effect, you can make the object move along the circle which is behind it. Since this animation is ready, we can remove the comment on the hidden modifier in order to hide the circle from the animation. And that is how this file copying animation is created in SwiftUI.